Yeah, I mean, when Tristan first explained the idea to me, I thought it was extremely stupid. It sounded like frat bro ideas, brand creator marketplace. Startup culture, like, well, I briefly attempted to work at a normal company and was really just horrible at it. I kept like falling asleep in like important meetings and making jokes on the PRs, and they didn't like that. When you're at a big company, it's like you go, 5 o'clock, and it's like you're done, you're off. You can like live your life. This is really like a 24/7 thing, where it really matters all the time.
This company started when I was in my bedroom in Columbus, Ohio. So was building that for close to half a year out of there. And now have an office in New York, and we have a team and employees. And so this is what you'll see when you walk in. So actually, this used to be the Instagram's first office in New York. Foursquare's office in New York. So it's kind of like the engineering pod over here. With Adam and Albert, me and Richard are more so over here in the growth area. That's where Patrick sits, who's behind the camera. This is one of the 2 meeting rooms that we have. So this is more so for like personal meetings. Has a pretty good view, lots of really good natural light, good view of like kind of the outside area of New York. So this is where we have our team meetings every Monday and Friday, as well as like people will take calls in here. But this is kind of like the bigger space that we have. Working on getting maybe like a projector or some, more stuff on the walls here. We work with a lot of college athletes like Caleb Downs, DJ Lagway, CJ Baxter. That's what all this Texas stuff is for. C4 Energy, they're one of our big clients, so they make sure to like load us up every single month with this. This is kind of like the leisure area of the office. So we have putter ball, which is kind of like beer pong, but like golf. And people play that from time to time, as well as like a nice sitting reading area for people who want to bring their laptops back here and like get a little bit of work done. I want to say like 6 months ago or so, there was like a little bug.
Right when we finally got our first deal.
Yeah.
It was like the first thing that we had finally done.
Basically, people can cash out using Venmo and they can swipe. But there was like a little bit of a security bug where people could keep swiping and just like cash out over and over again. I mean, we were bootstrapped at the time, so like we didn't like have any really like money in the bank at all. And people were able to like kind of cash out like over, I think like $15,000, which was like all the money we had like made up to that point. But that was like definitely very dark moment when we discovered. We like went back through, we were like, oh my gosh, like it was like a murder scene. Like we were seeing the paper trail of people cashing out. Thankfully, we were able to get it back, and the people who were like defrauding us kind of like ended up paying us back. But yeah, definitely like it was like a day of like just like being very nervous about like what was gonna happen, because that like honestly we might have thought we'd lost everything.
Even though it was like really a valiant effort, we still lost all the money almost. If Tristan hadn't called this guy's mom, we would not be here today.
We are meeting with a couple potential advisors today, doing some client calls, new client calls, existing customers, putting together decks for them. And then just more broadly, top of mind, we are working on kind of fixing a lot of the bugs with the app. We recently migrated over to a new app a couple weeks ago. So just kind of ironing out all those things, making sure all the different changes are communicated directly.
So we've been having like market dynamics problems where users want money faster, but brands want to make sure that the videos stay up for like 30 days. So we've been trying to figure out how to solve this. And we came up with an idea where we pay users for the views and the clicks they drive the day that they get those, and they can withdraw that instantly, and then they get their guaranteed rate 30 days after they post it. But we've been having some confusion since some users have seen their balances change. So I've been working on basically ways in the app to like communicate what's going on. So we now have like an earnings timeline that shows when you're gonna get paid, We have like better announcements that explain the changes that we're making.
Yeah, so obviously this is a lot different than a normal job. Definitely not for everyone. For me personally, like I just kind of knew it was time to go like kind of chase something bigger. It felt very like freeing the first, I guess, like few days after quitting. And then reality started to set in and you're like, oh my God, what did I just do? Ultimately, I think like you have to trust your gut and like your first instinct, and the one that you felt when you were like first making that decision to leave was like the right instinct.
Yeah, I mean, when Tristan first explained the idea to me, I thought it was extremely stupid. But then I also just didn't know anything about sports. So I'm not a big sports guy. I'm a computer guy. I kind of came around by realizing, I mean, A, it's a giant market. I mean, there's an incredible amount of spend going towards short form advertising. And then two, there's just no good solution. There's a million different players all competing, trying to solve this problem, which means it exists, but nobody's really doing it in a way where you can click a button and just get a bunch of really good videos that actually drive results. We set out to solve that, starting with athletes, but now kind of moving a little bit horizontally outwards towards other creators, and it's working.